All right, so you're in crypto, or maybe you're thinking about jumping in. The first thing you've got to figure out is, how are you actually going to play the game? Because, it's not just one size fits all. There's a whole menu of options, and picking the right one for you, well, that's pretty much everything.
When you really break it down, you've got two main tribes, two different philosophies. Over here, you've got the hodler. Think of them as the patient investor, the one playing the long game. And over here, you've got the trader, the active speculator who's all about what's happening right now. And trust me, this isn't just about different strategies. We're talking about completely different ways of thinking.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's a difference in belief. It goes way deeper than just how often you buy or sell. So let's really get into the weeds and see what makes these two philosophies tick.
Okay, first step, HODL. You see this word everywhere, right? Well, the backstory is actually kind of hilarious. It all started with a typo. Seriously, some guy on a Bitcoin forum back in 2013, right in the middle of a massive crash, meant to type "I am holding," but instead wrote "I am hodling." The community just ran with it, and now it stands for "hold on for dear life." And honestly, it's the perfect description. It means you believe in something for the long haul, you buy in, and you just hold on, no matter how crazy the ride gets.
And then, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have active trading. Look, a trader isn't really worried about where a project's going to be in 10 years. They're focused on the next 10 minutes, or maybe the next 10 hours. It's all about charts, momentum, and jumping in and out of the market to catch those quick price moves. It's a whole different ballgame that takes up a ton of time and, believe me, requires some iron-willed discipline.
So if you're thinking, yeah, that active trader life sounds like me, what does that actually involve? Well, it's not just one thing. There's a whole playbook of different strategies traders use. Let's peek inside and see what's going on.
Okay, so at the most basic level, you've got spot trading. Simple, right? You buy low, you hope to sell high. That's it. A step up from that is swing trading. Here, you're trying to catch those bigger price swings that happen over a few days or maybe a couple of weeks. Now, this is where things get really intense. You have day trading, where you're opening and closing every single trade within the same day. And an even crazier version is scalping. We're talking dozens, sometimes hundreds of tiny trades a day, just trying to skim pennies off the top. And then there's arbitrage, which is super high-tech. It's usually bots finding tiny price differences between exchanges and making a profit in a split second. The key thing to see here is that as you go down this list, everything gets faster, requires more attention, and the risk just ramps up and up and up.
But hey, what if you don't want to just sit around waiting for prices to go up? What if you want your crypto to actually, work for you? Well, in crypto, there are ways to do that, to earn a return on what you hold. People call it passive income. But as you're about to find out, the word passive can be a little bit tricky.
The two main ways to do this are staking and yield farming. Staking is the simpler one. Think of it like putting money in a high-yield savings account. You lock up your coins to help support and secure the network, and for doing that, you get paid rewards. It's generally seen as the safer bet of the two. And then there's yield farming. This is a whole different beast. Here, you're lending your crypto out to these decentralized finance protocols, these kind of automated robot banks, to earn fees and rewards. It's way more complicated and definitely comes with a lot more risk.
And this brings us to a really, really important point. I'm going to say it clearly. Passive does not mean risk-free. Not even close. When you're staking, for example, your coins might be locked up for a while. So if the market tanks, too bad, you can't sell. And with yield farming, oh man, you've got to worry about bugs in the smart contracts or this weird thing called impermanent loss. Point is, these risks can absolutely demolish any gains you thought you were making.
All right, now we need to talk about something that's, well, it's like playing with financial fire. We're talking about leverage. This is a tool traders use where they essentially borrow money to make their bets bigger. It's all about amplifying your position, which of course amplifies everything else, for better or for worse.
So let's take a number like 10x. This is a pretty common amount of leverage. What it means is that for every $1 of your own money you put in, you can control $10 in the market. It's a massive, massive magnifier.
And here's where you see why it's such a double-edged sword. Let's say you've got that 10x leverage. If the price goes up just 10%, congratulations, you just made a 100% return. You doubled your money. Amazing, right? But here's the other side. If the price goes down by 10%, your entire initial investment is gone. Poof, wiped out.
That is what's called getting liquidated. And it is, without a doubt, the #1 risk of trading with leverage. The second your losses hit the amount of your own money you put in, the system automatically shuts you down. It's a forced sale.
The exchange protects itself, and your capital for that trade just vanishes. It's brutal, but you absolutely have to understand how it works.
This all begs the question, how do fortunes get lost so fast in crypto? Why do so many people, especially when they're new, end up losing money? Well, it's usually a nasty cocktail of a wild market and some very, very human mistakes. Let's break down the most common ways people trip up.
First off, the volatility is just insane. I mean, an asset can drop 20 or 30% in a single day. That's just a Tuesday in crypto. Then you've got our own worst enemies, our emotions. There's FOMO, the fear of missing out, that little voice screaming, everyone's getting rich, you have to buy now, usually right at the peak. And then there's its evil twin, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which makes you panic and sell everything at the absolute bottom. When you do that without any kind of plan, yeah, it's a recipe for total disaster.
And here's the one that nobody likes to talk about, but it can sink you: taxes. This is huge. In a lot of places, almost everything you do with crypto is a taxable event. Selling it for cash? Taxable. Trading one coin for another? Yep, taxable. Even using it to buy a pizza? You guessed it, taxable. If you're not keeping perfect records, you could be in for a really, really nasty surprise come tax time.
Okay, deep breaths. We've been through a lot here, from the patient HODL philosophy all the way to the high-speed world of trading and all the dangers that come with it. So how on earth do you choose your path? It all comes down to you. It's about finding the strategy that actually fits your personality, your goals, and how much time you're willing to put in.
Think of this table right here as your ultimate cheat sheet. It lays everything out. Just look at the difference. HODLing. Your time horizon is years, the effort is pretty low, but the key skill? Patience. A ton of it. Now swing over to day trading. The time horizon is literally minutes. The effort is through the roof, and you better have speed and rock-solid discipline. Staking is somewhere in the middle. The real question is, where do you fit? And you have to be brutally honest with yourself here. How much time do you really have? What are you actually good at?
So in the end, it all boils down to three simple but super important questions you need to ask yourself. Forget all the noise you see on social media. Ask yourself, 1, what is my goal? What am I really trying to achieve? 2, what's my time frame? Are we talking months or decades? And 3, maybe the most important one, what is my honest-to-goodness tolerance for risk? How much can I stomach losing? Answering those questions, that is the real starting point for your entire crypto journey.